What a sight, a sky-high perspective of the beautiful city of New Orleans, where we're bringing you action tonight. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fournier.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skill, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. We've got great athletes tonight, Brent. Much of this game we think will be above the rim.
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up, though. I won't be standing up.
You for sure will be up.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Aminu in at the 3. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. He's out there with Favors, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. Now here is Augustine. Outside Gordon. Passes to Ross. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Favors. Here's Vucevic. It's another look, and the layup is good. Vucevic has got the opening basket of the game for Orlando.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now, here's Ball. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Vucevic. Ross passes to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Now, here's Ball. Outside Holiday. Vucevic with the rebound. For Orlando, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. To the middle, here's Aminu. The putback and the second chance effort by Gordon. Gordon's got his second bucket.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's Ball. 8 points his last outing. Now the pass to Favors. Outside Holiday. And here is Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Orlando moving the ball around. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist from Ross.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Here's Ball, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Orlando called for the foul.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Ball.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in L.A. I wonder if being away from everything that L.A. offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
And with the Pelicans, ball can be quite dangerous in an out. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now, here's Ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Ross against Holiday. Lets it go. And the Pelicans miss again.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
It's tipped. Taken away by Holiday. Down low. Knocked away. 6 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And offensively, how do the Pelicans go from good to elite?
Well, raise your hand if you want more shooting. And I can see David Griffin raising his hand. That's what it's about for these guys. Tough to win in this league if you don't have the floor spacing. They're going to play at a great pace, but man, could they use a few shooters.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive schemes, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on. Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Now here's Hayes. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
Ingram wide open. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Orlando, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
Pelicans trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Ross finds Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed over to the left wing. 6 to shoot with the shot. Aminu misses. Holiday left side. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the coaching staff. Smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting a J.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Ross against Holiday. Ross dishes to Gordon. Over Hayes. It's rebounded by Hayes. Pelicans trail by 7. On the wing, Holiday. Misses off the left iron.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
The first free throw is good.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon, still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Orlando also making some changes. Ken Birch is checked in for Aminu. Evan Fournier comes in for Terrence Ross. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower paced system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Now here is Holiday. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Fournier, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Holiday.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Magic have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And that one falls for Fournier. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. He's off on the second. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, did I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. And let's look at some league leaders. Big defense being played by these small forwards. They're leading their position in blocks over the last month. You look at Isaac, one of the top intimidators in the league, a fierce shot blocker.
Just superb in terms of their athletic defending ability. I mean, all of them. They never give up on a play and do everything they can to challenge each and every shot.
Well, if you don't have great shot blocking ability, you can make up with it with physical play and great timing. They can climb the ladder when they need to defend shots like that.
Here's Hart. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside, Redick. Here's Hart. Okafor up top. Pass to Redick. Here's the three. Rebounded by Isaac.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Magic leading by 10. To the inside. Fultz kicks to Fournier. Back to Fultz. 5 to shoot. Great D that time from Redick.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And the foul on Khem Birch. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Okafor with the ball. Pass to Hart. Shot clock at 6. Okafor, the pass to Hart. Fires it up.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Here's Birch. Goes back up, and it's good on the way-in. And the Magic lead by 12.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. And it's Hart, top of the key. Okafor finds Redick. Back to Okafor to stop the drought. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment now to see the numbers for Fultz. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
Take a break.
This is where your character can be tested, his will to fight through this kind of adversity. But I think he's got a good chance.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Okafor. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the 76ers. Fultz looking around. He kicks it to Vucevic. They get it back.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Redick. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Here's Hart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. 1:03 left here in the first quarter. Kick out to Moore. This one for 3. But they get it back. Okafor. And another shot. The Pelicans have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
So he gets them both. Here's Fultz. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Passes it to Isaac. Fournier with the ball. At the elbow, it's Bamba. And there's the pass to Isaac. Over Moore. And the basket by Isaac. And the Magic lead by 12.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Redick passes to Hart. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Moore. Redick surveying the D. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Isaac. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for the Orlando Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Pelicans trail by 12. We've got Okafor. Hart is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Melly in at the 4. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Fultz. Inside. Here's Birch. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Birch has got the lead up to 12 now for Orlando.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Moore with it. He's covered by Isaac. Here's Melly. Birch grabs the board. Birch has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Hart. Outside, Redick for the 3. That shot, no good. The Magic go the other way with it. Now Fultz. Feeds to Bamba. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David. For 3, Fournier. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul. Derek Favors checked in for New Orleans. Brandon Ingram comes in for Ejuan Moore. And a change for the Magic. Augustine's checked in. Here's Hart. He's guarded by Fournier. Floats one up. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Hart.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now, here's Fournier. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston. Clock at 6. Augustine in the corner. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by New Orleans, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
I think you can be a little bit rattled when you lose the physical battle as badly as they did in that game. That can be tough to shake off. So it's a matter of getting over those doubts and finding yourself again.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for New Orleans. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
I love how Redick gets it going from distance. Really a tremendous three-point shooter.
And here's Augustine after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. Redick against Augustine. It's Fournier on the wing. Pass to Isaac. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here is Augustine. No points in the game yet for him. Bamba finds Augustine. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
Alvin Gentry has seen a lot in his time around the NBA, and last year in New Orleans, really no different. With injuries and trade demands from their top player, it was about trying to keep things together. I don't know, maybe the reward of all that was the roster that he has in front of him now.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Hayes, he's checked in for Okafor. Holiday comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Lonzo Ball in for J.J. Redick. And sometimes when a new front office takes over, a coaching change comes next. But Alvin Gentry continues as head coach with the Pelicans.
Well, a good reason for that is the previous relationship that Alvin Gentry had with David Griffin during their times in Phoenix. They've done a tremendous job of setting the table here. A new infusion of talent, different coaches, a change in front office, a new direction from the ownership group. And this is going to give Alvin Gentry the runway to grow and learn with some tremendous young players.
Here is Augustine. The Pelicans make their last shot. And it's Aminu in the corner. Passes it to Bamba. Orlando moving the ball around. The Magic again can't hit. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Pelicans trail by 4. And the pass to Favors. Holiday against Ross. And Holiday kicks to Hayes. Pass to Favors. Holiday against Ross. From deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Vucevic.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Augustine looking around. Pass to Gordon. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. Here's Holiday. Kicks the ball. All alone. Augustine grabs the board. Orlando leading by 4. To the paint. Taken away by Hayes. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The wide open look here for Holiday. But he recovers it. And that one's on target from the wing. Holiday's got his second basket of the game.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
Augustine dishes to Ross. Over Holiday. Off the left rim and out. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Holiday with another miss.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Orlando shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Vucevic checked in for Bamba. And both free throws good for Ross.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
The feed to Holiday.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Now here's Hayes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. With the teardrop, Ball with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Orlando Magic come into this one following a loss to the Rockets. And one of the major pieces of the Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Brent figures to be a big piece for this Pelicans team.
So much talk about Brandon Ingram and potential unrealized, and maybe some stability around this new organization with head coach Alvin Gentry is going to bring out the best in Brandon Ingram.
And here is Ball. Outside Holiday. Here's Hayes. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Gordon. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but Don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
And Orlando making a change here. Fultz is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Pelicans with the possession. They're on a 16-7 run. Ball kicks to Favors. Dishes to Ingram. Kept alive. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got 6.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Wasted no time on that one. That's now 8 points for Vucevic.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. It's a 5-point game. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Now here's Ball. Over Fultz. Here's Favors. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Vucevic. The Pelicans have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Morris checked in for the Pelicans. And a change for the Magic. Birch is checked in. Magic leading by 3. Fultz the pass to Ross. Pass to Aminu. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fultz. Great D that time from Favors.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Count it. Good.
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Now here's Fultz. Ross on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Here's Birch. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. And that one misses. Fournier is checked in for Orlando. And he's good on the second. 1:31 left in the second quarter. Holiday, the pass to Hayes. He kicks it to Ball.
And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. One and done at UCLA. How about second overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
Greg, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Hayes, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Orlando's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ball against Ross. There's the pass to Fournier. Here's Birch. Shot clock at 6. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Gordon. They get the rebound. Birch the pass to Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line. That one is off. Hart, he's checked in for Ball. And a change for the Magic. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And the second free throw, good. Redick with it. He's got 6. Moore outside. That one off the back iron and out.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
The Magic have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Free throw good, Gordon.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
And so he hits both. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Inside. It's picked off. Here's the break. That's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Ross, that's good.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. Can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Redick against Ross. Here's Redick. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Orlando with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. What a start it was for Aaron Gordon. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at them.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Birch in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Holiday. Pass to Hayes. Ingram outside. No good that time. So Orlando will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me." We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch. That one misses for Favors. Orlando leading by 8. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Ross passes to Gordon. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Now here's Ball. Now Hayes. That one goes. Count it. Hayes has got his second basket.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Halftime talks can go all over the board, but right there coming out, that's the way you want to start the half. Be aggressive.
Now here is Augustine. He has 6. 6 to shoot. Ross passes to Aminu. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. Pelicans with the rebound. Hayes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Holiday. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 5th rebound in this one. Aminu misses.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
To the left side wing. Ball with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And stolen by Gordon. Aminu misses.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
And the passing of Ingram, setting up his teammates and distributing the ball effortless.
And so here's Orlando. The Pelicans make their last shot. Back to Augustine. Ball with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 4.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go. Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from three. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
And Orlando making a change here. Bamba's checked in. Now here's Bamba over Hayes to end the cold streak. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Ingram. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Favors at the elbow. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Ingram. A step back shot here. Orlando grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Looking to get back on track here. And the shot goes down.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now here is Augustine. 6 points for him. Passes to Vucevic. Back to Augustine. Kicks it to Vucevic. Over Favors. Another miss by Orlando. New Orleans with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. The shot by Holiday, no good. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Magic. The lead is 2. Aminu misses.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Hayes, and it's all evened up. Hayes has got 6 in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Ball against Augustine. Knocks it loose. Taken away by Holiday. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Ball with the bucket.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, Ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, especially when the break is on.
Now here is Augustine. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Ross passes to Vucevic. Back to Ross. 5 on the clock. Down low, taken away by Hayes. They push it up, 4 on 3. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. Favors passes to Ingram. Second chance shot. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 6th rebound on the night. Augustine finds Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
And how about the 9'6" standing reach Bamba has? I mean, it's unguardable this close. Dunks it with such ease.
Here's Ball. Following the bucket by Orlando. The pass to Hayes. Ingram outside. Over Aminu, and that one's good. Ingram's got the lead up to 2 now for the Pelicans.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Augustine passes to Vucevic. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Favors. Here's Holiday. Ross grabs the board. Magic shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. And Augustine kicks to Aminu. Augustine passes to Aminu. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Might be the best thing about Aminu is that athleticism, so always good to see him attacking the defense to force the issue.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Fournier comes in for Ross. Pass to Okafor. He dishes it to Redick. Aminu grabs the miss.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Redick following the basket by Evan Fournier. Pass to Redick. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Kem Birch comes in for Vucevic, and it's Carter Williams in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Carter Williams, the pass to Fournier. He kicks to Bamba. Plenty of space, and the shot is good. Bamba's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it, went right into the shot.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Hart. 6 points for him. No good. And Orlando will come the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Count that one from Isaac.
And how about Isaac there, making himself a big target. Tough to match up with him in these open floor situations.
Pelicans trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Okafor inside. He's against Bamba. And it's Okafor missing.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Now, here's Isaac. 8 points for him. Here's Bamba. Passes it to Birch. And stolen by Redick. The pass to Hart. That one drops for him. Hart's got 8 points.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Fournier for 3. Oh, trying for it. Rebounded by Moore. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. And here we go with the Magic fast break. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 4 this quarter.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Pass to Okafor. And good that time. 9 points in the game so far.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
And so it's Carter Williams. He'll bring up the ball for the Orlando Magic. A 2-point game. Pass to Birch. Isaac with the ball. Moore's there. Isaac misses. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hart the pass to Reddick. 56 seconds left in the third. Here's Hart. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Magic shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Here's Isaac, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Outside, Reddick passes it to Hart. That shot off. Nice D from Fournier. Magic leading by 4. Here's Hart. 8 points for him. To the inside, Moore. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Moore's got 5.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Orlando out in front, leading by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Their backcourt, Ball and Reddick. E'Twaun Moore is out there with Hayes, and it's Okafor in at the 5. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Augustine finds Bamba. Now here's Fournier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on J.J. Redick. First one falls for him.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And so Fournier nails both of them. And here is Ball. And there's the pass to Hayes. Outside, Reddick. Shot clock at 5. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Birch has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And so here's New Orleans following the bucket by Orlando. Ball no good. Magic leading by 8. Augustine with it, kicks it to Gordon. Bamba trying to break free, and the basket by Gordon.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Pelicans shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Ball finds Okafor. Fires from deep. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
but still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Here's Birch. Gordon inside. Moore's there. Second shot opportunity, and Okafor with the block. They retain possession. Nice shot there by Bamba.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Pelicans trail by 12. Moore outside. Pass to Okafor. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
The Magic have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And you look at Augustine. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now. Clearly a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Magic making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Holiday, the pass to Hayes. Now Ball. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And it's the quickness of Ball that's a problem for defenders. Solid at finding ways to get fouled on the way up.
Vucevic checked in for the Magic. Up top, Ross. He's covered by Ingram. Ross dishes to Augustine. Another miss by Orlando. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Down by 12. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And trying to get it to go, even with the contact, but no good. And he'll try to pick up 2 at the free throw line coming up. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Poked loose. Augustine against Ball. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Now here is Holiday.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
Now, here's Bamba. He kicks it to Ross. Fires the three. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Holiday against Ross. Crafty move. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Holiday. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
There's so much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Here is Ross. The Pelicans make their last shot. Aminu, the pass to Ross. 6 to shoot. To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. The Pelicans making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. And both free throws good for Gordon. Pelicans trail by 6. And here's Holiday. Pass the ball. Passes to Okafor. Just 5 to shoot. Now Ball. There's the 3. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Outside Gordon. Over Okafor. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
The kick out to Holiday. Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Aaron Gordon.
It seems like he spent a huge chunk of this game at the free throw line. And that's a good thing. It shows how aggressive he's been. And when your free throw attempts are in the double digits, you know you're not playing the game soft.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Augustine with it. Ross on the wing. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 16-6 run. And Holiday kicks to ball. Back to Holiday. Top of the key. A second chance effort. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket. Holiday against Ross. Offensive rebound. Here's Okafor. Bamba with the block.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
Kicks it out to Gordon. To the left wing. Here's Aminu. Gordon finds Aminu. Shoots over Ingram. They grab their own miss. Here's Bamba. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Pelicans trail by 4. There's the pass to Ball. Bamba with the block. Ball against Augustine. Aminu, the pass to Bamba. Over Holiday. And Bamba with the basket on the assist by Aminu. 12 points for Mohamed Bamba.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Now here is Holiday. They could use a bucket. That shot off the mark. Gordon with the defensive effort. Ross against Ingram. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Pelicans trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Holiday, the pass to Favors. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here is Augustine. Ross on the wing. Back to Augustine. Gordon inside, covered by Okafor. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Both free throws good from Okafor.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Left side, Gordon. It's good. Gordon's got 10 points in just the second half. Pelicans trail by 6. Now Holiday. The feed to Okafor.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Frazier, he's checked in for Gordon. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. The Magic making a switch here. Birch is checked in. And no good on the second free throw. So he goes 0 for 2 there. Now here's Ross. To the right side. Augustine passes to Bamba. Kicks it to Aminu. Clock at 6. Pass to Augustine. Fires for 3. Favors with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
To the paint, and the dunk by Bamba.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 34 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, they'll need a very quick basket out of this timeout.
Morris checked in for New Orleans. Fournier is checked in for the Magic. Here's Favors. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Holiday. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability. No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the run.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Launches a three. Aminu grabs the miss. Outside Fournier. He kicks it to Augustine. And so it's Orlando winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.